Hi there. This is something new. Today I have the opportunity to chat with the band Dusk, who viewers may know as the band that appeared in the beginning of the Kingdom Hearts 2 videos I've been putting up. Before we begin, for anyone unfamiliar, can I get a quick introduction to the band, like who each of you guys are and what you do?
Sure.
Yeah.
Go for it, Trent.
Yeah, my name's Trent. I sing and I play rhythm guitar in the band Dusk.
My name is Aaron Rudin. I'm the drummer.
And I'm Michael, and I play bass.
And my name's Alex, and I also play guitar.
But you forgot something, Michael.
Oh yeah,
Sorry, Alex.
I also play theremin, so that's
Absolutely.
it's another
important.
important piece of the puzzle.
Of course. Why wouldn't it be? Everybody loves theremin.
That's right.
Absolutely.
So, I guess just like top to bottom from each of you, whenever you're asked, what's like the one sentence elevator pitch you give for the band?
Oh, man.
You got a good one, Trent?
We all ask each other because nobody knows.
I know. we're all trying to put the burden on each other.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm here to ask the hard questions, I guess.
Yeah, I was just gonna say we're an alt rock band that is putting a focus on making great songs, with a sort of expanded and rich universe surrounding them.
Solid.
Absolutely.
Perfect. Real quick, what would you say your biggest inspirations are for your work, both like band-wise and like personally, I guess? Like, who inspires you to play how you play?
Well, one of the first bands that Aaron and I nerded out over was Coheed and Cambria, like by far. We're pretty big fans.
Yeah. And that's probably like one of the closest comparisons maybe that you could say to us.
Yeah, stylistically for music, like Incubus is another good reference, I would say.
Sure.
There's a little bit of like Deftones in there. Just some like early 2000s, late 90s rock, Audioslave.
Yeah.
Tool, like
Rage Against the
that kind of-
Machine.
yeah, there's elements of all those things for sure. And then beyond music, there's a lot there too, which probably Aaron and Trent know. I mean, Kingdom Hearts for sure for you guys.
That's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say. We have sort of a fictional story that goes along with all of our music, and that's how we write the lyrics, is sort of based on that narrative. And I feel like Trent and I definitely, I don't want to say we pull from it, but we both really loved Kingdom Hearts growing up, and that I feel like that game, at least for me personally, it definitely inspired like how I view stories, and I don't know, I just love how those games pull you in, you know?
Yeah,
Right.
and there's definitely like images and ideas kind of like from that universe that we take inspiration from, for sure.
Also, this was not intentional. We realized it after we decided on a band name, but there is a nobody called a Dusk.
Yes.
We just like that.
I was gonna say, is that why you guys chose the name Dusk?
It's not, but it was an added bonus.
It's a happy accident. Although I'm still pushing for some backup dancers that just move around like those guys on stage.
Absolutely. Just flailing arms.
Maybe one of these days you'll get to work with Cirque du Soleil, so you can do that.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
It would have to be a Kingdom Hearts show. We'd have to get them to go around with Keyblades, and
We should pitch that. We should just
totally should pitch
pitch
that.
to Square Enix
I would do that.
an alt rock Cirque du Soleil show with
based on Kingdom Hearts.
based on Kingdom Hearts. Exactly. It'd be perfect.
Hell, I'd see it.
Man, screw this band thing. Let's do that.
I know. This is my new dream.
I have a feeling there's a very, very narrow audience for that kind of thing.
Yes.
I don't know. You get Disney
Probably-
behind it.
That's true.
Throw a Mickey Mouse in there, and then you're gonna get a bunch of kids coming.
Could just combine it with like Disney on Ice.
There you go.
It's an instant winner right there.
Wait, you like gambling and Keyblades?
Yep.
Those are my two
Foolproof.
favorite things. Oh my gosh.
It's always fun finding out when somebody's inspired by Kingdom Hearts, though, because you can always kind of tell based on how sincere they are and how they write things,
Sure.
I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, half of that series would not work if it weren't for the fact that it takes itself so seriously.
Absolutely.
Yeah, totally.
At the same time, like, it's knowingly like, it knows it's dumb, but it's being sincere about it.
Not to spoil anything, and this doesn't, but I do like how they joke at themselves, especially in the later Kingdom Hearts games, and
Yes.
so they're aware of that. But I also, Trent and I have talked a lot about it's both amazing and frustrating how
Yes.
everything matters. All the little stupid stuff in the side games that you think just like this is stupid. This doesn't need to happen. I don't need to know about it. It just comes back, and you're like, yeah, I need to brush up on it.
Absolutely.
It's the old Ansem quote, "You have come so far, yet you understand so little."
we really do.
So now I'm actually curious, why did you guys choose the name Dusk?
Well, originally, a lot of the people in our story kind of operate in like a moral gray area, kind of between light and dark, and that's kind of what a lot of the themes in our story explore. So that was the original idea around the name Dusk, is that it's kind of like where the day and the night meet, you know.
I think it's
makes sense.
it's sort of like a questioning, I guess, or for it's not always clear. Everybody thinks
Yeah.
you're doing the right thing, but
Yeah.
The villain's the hero of their story.
yeah, it's like we're
Absolutely.
following a few different characters in our story, and that's part of kind of what we find is interesting is, well, who is the good guy, who is the bad guy? Everyone's kind of going after their own goal, but it will be determined who's right in which situations and wrong, and I think that's more real to life.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have any names that you kind of threw out that, like, you were kind of fond of or you find kind of funny?
Well, there
Yes.
was the original name.
What was the original name?
It was really bad. It was ICSB.
Oh,
numbers.
right.
Or sorry, the letters.
Right.
Yeah. So there's not a good reason for that. I don't know if we should go into it, to be honest.
It was just like, because when Aaron approached me to you know start working on this project with him, and that's what he had named the project, just by no particular reason. And I mean, I won't say what it stood for unless you want to.
No, let's keep that
Keep that a
hidden for
mystery.
now.
Absolutely.
Can't pull all your cards out of your sleeve.
That's right.
It's not worth pulling.
No.
We need at least a few sequels before the origin story comes out.
Yep.
Yeah, we need some side games.
Right.
I thought you were going to say I need a few drinks first.
Yeah,
That too.
That too. Yeah, exactly.
Yes, our explanation will be in a Japan-only mobile game.
Oh man, I can't believe all this vital info is in this card game you only made 100 copies of.
I
What
know.
are you guys doing?
We did talk about making a card game.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exclusive.
Yeah. You can come to our shows and collect like exclusive ones.
That sounds pretty amazing, actually.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah, we're all pretty big nerds in general, so all that kind of stuff appeals to us.
That's true.
I mean, it would help you stand out a bit if, like, you were those guys that were giving away trading cards at every show.
Sure.
But I don't actually know all that much about the LA music scene. Duh, I kind of live in Ontario. But, like, how are you guys standing out compared to Jim, Bob, and Joe?
Well, I play theremin, so
That's true.
Fair enough. I guess that is kind of unique for a rock band, ain't it?
We do think about that though. Like at every point of, I guess, what we do, we try to go above and beyond in whatever way we can. Like on stage, we have instruments like theremin, but we also bring in our own lighting guy, and that's something I've noticed people always comment on. Like in small clubs, like you don't really see that high production value usually.
Absolutely.
I think just the fact that we have a narrative story that goes along with our music, not even in LA, but that's just something with bands that I like Coheed and Cambria. It sort of gives a little more meaning behind the songs. It's not just a random, this song is about this girl that I liked. It's like each song connects to each other. There's a reason. Because, I don't know, bands, when I hear an album, it's like there's definitely a couple songs here and there that stick out more, and then there's just kind of the filler tracks. But what I like about this is those filler tracks are actually worth exploring, even if it's not your favorite musically, and then you might actually find out you do like it musically.
It's like the side games.
That's
Exactly.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is all killer, no filler.
Well, yeah.
All the time.
Yes.
And additionally, with the music scene in Los Angeles, it's just because there are so many talented musicians and because there's such a large volume of people, it's a very hard scene to break into. And so, to go at a show where there is even a little filler, I mean, people are just expecting more right out of the gate. So I think that's also kind of played into our desire to always push ourselves to the next level.
Understandable. How would you say it would be best for people, like in my situation, let's say, where I clearly can't get out to a show? Like, how could I best support you or anybody else in my
Sure.
situation?
Well, anytime anybody listens to the music or watches it on YouTube, our videos, which we have videos for every song, that's always helpful. We have a new thing we're working on called The Void. If you're a fan of us and you listen to our music and you decide you want to help support us, it's a monthly thing. It's sort of like, I guess, our version of like a Patreon or something, but every month we send out an exclusive song, whether that's an alternate version or a demo or an acoustic thing, or we're going to grow that as we go. We're like month 2 or 3 in right now. And we do a live stream every month. Part of that, we send out some collectibles and some little insider info stuff. We haven't really explored that story that we were talking about, and so we've been able to trickle out a little information on that. And last month we actually sent out a little card that happened to show something referring to future plans for us with our next maybe album, maybe something. So if you want to know about us and kind of get a little deeper and support us, and you're not in the area, that's kind of, it's for you. That is where you would do that.
Absolutely.
Interesting.
And like subscribing on YouTube and following on Instagram as well, and Spotify, all those things are wonderful and helpful.
Yeah, Instagram's kind of our main social media platform. We post pretty much everything also to Facebook, but Instagram would be the place at Dusk Band.
Yes.
And I know the answer to this already, but I might as well ask. You guys sell like t-shirts and stuff online, right?
We do.
Yes.
Duskband.com. You go on our store and we have a lot of cool stuff. We put a lot of work into it too. We try to make really high quality shirts and just like more items than just shirts.
Yeah, like we I mean, me and Aaron especially, like, you know, we've been to shows where like we buy a t-shirt and then it's like, oh, this t-shirt sucks, or it's like it's not very comfortable, stuff like that. So like we try really hard to make sort of merch that we would, you know, use ourselves, or that we're proud of.
And we try to keep it affordable.
Yeah.
I do like the designs you guys have. Very minimalist for the most part. I was really eyeing that one that's kind of like the Kingdom Hearts 2 cover art.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yes.
had a very, very talented artist do our likenesses in that way, and it turned out great, I think.
Yeah, her name's Crystal
Yes.
Melody. She's super nice. Very, very talented.
I will definitely have to pick that up as soon as I have the money for it.
Feel that, buddy.
So you guys currently do have an EP out, Live from the Inside. You did say an album was in the cards like a couple minutes ago, so I could kind of skip over that question. But you guys got any kind of like time frame for it? Like next 3 months, maybe like next year or so?
I would say keep your ears peeled in the next couple months. We'll have something coming. As far as an album, we don't really have a full timeline, but I will say we have an entire album complete and ready to go.
That's right.
We're just trying to figure out the logistics of it all. But we've been playing live shows, and we have to fill out like a 45-minute set at times, or an hour set. And so we were kind of required to write more than what we had available, I guess. So we're kind of ready to just record and get going. Live from the Inside was, when we first became a band, it was before we played any shows, actually. We just went into a studio and played the 3 songs we knew best, basically, and that was what it was. Like I said, everything has a video with it right now, so you can watch those on YouTube as well, and it's just one shot with the camera on all of us, no cuts or edits. So what you see is what you get, what you hear is what you get. That wasn't that is just us, and that's I don't know if I personally, like, it is an EP. I don't really think of it that way for some reason, but to me those are kind of like the live and studio versions of the songs.
Right.
Yes.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm just going off what Spotify says, so.
Absolutely. They call it a single, I think, even though there's 3 songs.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time I've seen them put, like, just remix albums up as a single.
yeah, I've seen that too.
Do you guys got any kind of, like, tour plans, like, outside of the LA area for folks to look forward?
We definitely have plans to. In a couple months, we're going up to Northern California for a weekend, basically, or a few days. Hopefully playing some good shows up there, and then we'll see what the future holds. But we're definitely trying to get out and play in different areas, hang out with some new fans and stuff like that. So,
and if people listening to this want to put in the comment section where you're from, if you want us to come play for you, that'd be very helpful, so we can know where we should go.
Yeah,
absolutely. We'll start branching out as soon as we can.
Perfect. I look forward to the day you guys get to come up here.
Me
Us too, man.
Yeah.
I would love to come up there.
So, kind of like pivoting over a bit, the reason we're on each other's radars at this point is because of your cover of Sanctuary, which, fantastic, by the way. Like, I've said that on recording a bunch of times on my Twitter, but, like, now that I have you guys sitting here, I can't say enough good words about it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, that's very kind, dude.
You very much captured, like, what the spirit of that song is. But how has the response been for you guys? Because, like, I've noticed the numbers. It's clearly, like, bigger than any other thing you've posted.
Yes. I mean, it's been really great. Because we were playing a show, like Aaron mentioned, we had to have some material, so we were just throwing out ideas for a cover we could maybe do, and I threw that one out there, and we started playing it in our shows, and we would have people come up to us with just, like, Heartless emblem tattoos. Like, this happened at more than one show. Like, just, like, so stoked on that song, and we thought it'd be really cool to actually go out and record it and give those people a studio version of it, and we think it turned out pretty well.
For sure.
Yeah, and it was just the right timing. Kingdom Hearts 3 coming out, we were excited. I knew other people would be too, and it's been really crazy to watch, I guess, the numbers tick up. Because the only other thing we do have out is that Live from the Inside EP. So, this was the first real recording, I would say, and, like, getting to spread the word on that and get some support from different Kingdom Hearts, I guess, channels like you and other, like, Facebook groups and stuff like that, is really, really cool.
Just maybe skip the comment section.
Actually, I was super surprised at just, like, the
ratio of positive to
negative.
Yes.
I was expecting some people to be like, you guys ruined this song for me, blah blah blah. But most people were like, wow, this is cool.
I think the worst is, like, it's not as good as the original is kind of the worst. It's never like that sucked.
Yeah,
Maybe
sure.
there's one in there. I haven't actually read all of them, but
Yeah.
For the record, that wasn't I know for a fact the comment section is mostly fine.
But just in general,
Generally.
it is a good rule to have.
Although from like the couple of times I did look at it, I feel like the comments are like 40%, wow, this is a good cover, and about 60%, you guys are really hot.
We shouldn't let it go to our heads.
I mean, feel free to. It's your interview.
We're happy people are watching, you know.
When you mentioned the people coming at the show, I accidentally skipped over a question I had, but like, what's your favorite story that you've had happen to you at a show so far?
Oh, let me think.
it's a good question.
That is a great question. I mean, like Trent already mentioned, you know, people coming up to us after a show with like Kingdom Hearts tattoos and what, you know, saying like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you guys, you know, like did Sanctuary." That kind of just like sticks out to me. It's just like a really cool moment. Okay, for me, 100%. Like the first time that I looked out in the audience and saw somebody actually like singing along to our songs,
Yeah.
that was badass.
Mm-hmm.
That hasn't happened to me before with like, you know, like songs that we came up with basically. Like if I'm playing a cover at a show and people are singing along, like it's, you know, like that's cool, but it's not like your own music. So that was really cool for me.
There's a video of this. I didn't notice it in person, but I liked when Michael tripped over his cable and did a little dance and then he caught himself.
That
was
happened.
impressive. It's a good moment.
Yeah.
We should.
For me, I would say a personal accomplishment was I've always wanted to perform at a club called the Troubadour out in Hollywood.
Yeah.
And so to cross that off the list was really cool for me. And I thought we performed really well.
And we had a good crowd too.
Yeah, that was a really good night. What about you, Trent?
Oh yeah. I was agreeing with the Troubadour point, and really just like, and also playing concerts on the green.
Oh yeah.
We played this outdoor concert, and it was like what, our third show ever?
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody let us into this.
Yeah, and we ended up playing for like 2,000 people at this outdoor concert deal.
Damn, that's a lot of pressure for your third show.
Yeah.
It was mostly just like surreal because like I don't think any of us like really expected it. Like we just got out on stage and then it was just like a sea of people and you're like, oh, cool.
Because people like to talk, and you know, they say like, oh, there's gonna be a couple thousand people there. You're like, it'll be like maybe 100. Like there'll be some people.
But there really were a few thousand people.
It felt like a joke.
Yeah.
Like, why are these people here?
Yeah. But it was really, really great, and it was so hot, and
Yeah, oh man.
afterwards we were all dead, but it was the good kind of dead.
Yeah, it was like 95 degrees out that day.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
But wonderful.
Yes. Great time.
I mean, that definitely does sound like a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
And I'm glad to hear it went very well.
Yeah, it ended up being a really cool day. I mean, it was a hot day, but it was like a cool experience.
Yeah.
So, I love Sanctuary. It's a good song.
Great.
But Simple and Clean is arguably like the theme song
Yes,
for
it
Kingdom
is.
Hearts.
That's the way you're making me feel tonight.
Was it ever considered to cover that instead, or did you just immediately go like Sanctuary? That's the song we're doing.
Well, I had originally thought of Sanctuary because I thought the instrumentation of the original was a bit closer to how we would do it, if that makes any sense.
Right.
It kind of, Sanctuary has a bit more of an epic, like, rock feel to it.
It's a bit ethereal.
Yeah, and there's also some heaviness in there as well. And Simple and Clean is definitely more like an intimate feeling song.
Well, but there's both versions too. So I mean, Simple and Clean, you have the disco-y,
I guess so. Yes.
for the beginning of the game, but then there's like the after the battle one or whatever that's all slow
Yes.
and cool.
That I guess
it would be kind of interesting to hear a rock band cover like the Euro dance version of Simple and Clean.
Let's make it happen, guys.
let's do it.
Exclusive.
Get our thinking caps on.
Pointing at the camera.
Yeah.
Well, here's my question for you: if you had a choice between us doing Don't Think Twice and Face My Fears, which would you prefer?
I mean, personally, I think I would probably do Don't Think Twice, because like
Ooh.
that you could kind of do that in a more like rock ballad way, I feel.
Yeah.
Face My Fears is a song where you would need a lot of post-production in a way that, like, if I'm just kind of sticking with the way you guys play, I don't feel like that would fit too well.
Sure.
But I mean, that's just me. Like, if you guys want to do it, go nuts.
No, I like that answer.
But you could definitely make a great, like, Axel Rudy Pell style ballad out of Don't Think Twice.
Oh my gosh, that is a name I haven't heard in a long time.
I mostly know that guy because his vocalist is the guy who does the vocals for Crush 40, the band that's in all those Sonic games.
Oh my gosh.
Nice.
Yes. Oh man. Yeah, and I'm familiar with what is it, Al Pitrelli? He did a lot of guitar work on those video games as well.
Nerd.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Hey.
Yeah, let's nerd out about video game music for a bit.
I mean, Koji Kondo. Amazing.
Of course.
That's all you have to say.
Yeah.
Personally, like, my favorite composer at any given time kind of fluctuates every other week. Usually it's like Hideki Naganuma, the guy behind Jet Set Radio and Sonic Rush. Just because I really like it, the way he uses like samples mixed with like a danceable funk.
Oh, that's pretty
I
cool.
like danceable funk.
Danceable
So-
funk is wonderful.
It is.
Yeah.
It's my favorite kind of funk, if I'm honest.
Absolutely.
Hey, I mean, sometimes you might want a more like somber funk.
when I just want to cry and sway, you know.
Yeah.
Damn it, I need a funeral dirge, but I need to slap the bass.
Oh man, our next song should be in whatever genre that is.
Yes.
Yes.
Does Sanctuary hold like any kind of specific meaning to you guys, or?
Oh, I mean, I just loved that song so much when Kingdom Hearts 2 came out. Because I remember in Kingdom Hearts 1, like playing that as a young boy, I loved the songs so much from Kingdom Hearts 1. But then when Kingdom Hearts 2 came out, and I'm just like, you have got to be kidding me. It's this good again. Like that was my feeling about it. Just that they did it twice. But
The opening for 2 is definitely still the best in the series.
oh yes, the opening's amazing. Absolutely.
Trent and I were actually talking. I think 0.2 has a underrated
Yes,
intro.
0.2's opening is wonderful.
It's no Sanctuary. It's no Sanctuary. I wasn't saying
Oh, it's
that.
no Sanctuary. I mean,
It's just also
Sanctuary
good.
is like,
That version of Simple and Clean is very good.
yes, it is. Completely with you.
But I would put it at like 2, 0.2, and then like maybe 3 just right below there.
Sure. I was also a big fan of 3. I like all of them. Just keep making them.
Honestly, I think the only game that has a poor intro is Chain of Memories, because it didn't have one in the GBA version. So the PS2 version's just like, here's a bunch of random footage
Yeah.
from the first game, go nuts.
Yes. Yeah, I don't. Oh hardly even remember the GBA version.
I wouldn't call it lazy because it was very clearly done on a budget,
Yeah.
but
Was Birth by Sleep just simple and clean again?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I thought.
Anything that takes place before Kingdom Hearts 1 or during, like, Chain of Memories or before, for the most part, has simple and clean. Anything that's, like, the events of 2 and onwards.
Sure.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't put that together.
Yeah, I think the only real exception to that is 3D starts with simple and clean and ends with Sanctuary.
It does end with Sanctuary,
Wait,
which
what?
is so strange to me. Yeah, it does.
It shifts songs?
Well, yeah, because the idea was it was the last game before Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oh, man,
So-
I gotta watch this again. Or play it again.
Also, I think it uses, like, the orchestral version of Simple and Clean for the opening, and then, like, the After the Battle version of Sanctuary for the end. It's weird. It's a whole thing.
But also, what game has the best Dearly Beloved?
The new one.
I
Absolutely.
agree.
358 over 2.
Oh.
I love me that somber violin.
The new one is so good.
I like it, but it's a bit too flowery
Ooh,
for my taste.
it's bombastic.
Like, it takes a while to get to the part where it's like, oh, okay, now I understand this is simple and clean. Like, I'm not saying it's bad, it's definitely, like, top 3, but
Oh, certainly.
I definitely have to go with 358 because it so perfectly captures just the entire tone of that game being sadness.
Yes.
I made the joke to my co-host in the series we've been doing, but, like, being Roxas means to suffer.
It's very true.
Like, that dude just pulls the shit end of the stick every time.
He really does. The short straw.
So, I guess we've kind of been getting into this a bit, but, like, what is your experience, like, with the series? How long have you been a fan of it, that sort of thing?
Oh, I've been a huge fan since it started, and I continue to be.
Yeah, same. I played the first one when it came out, and it blew my little 12-year-old mind. And I played, I think, parts of some of the other ones, but the first one was really, like, you know, like the most heavily I got into, you know, like the series. But I'm now going back and kind of replaying everything. We just finished one, and I think we're like halfway through 2, something like that.
We are only a quarter.
Okay, we're a quarter
If
into
that.
2. It's very long.
It is long. It is long.
But yeah, going back and kind of playing them again now is really fun.
I've played all of them. Michael got it when he was 12, like you said, and
Yeah.
I had no idea he bought it. He was the kid who, like, knew it was a game that he wanted to buy. I just showed up and I'm like, what the?
You're like, what is
what
this?
Yeah. So if your mind was blown, like,
Yeah.
my whole body just felt it, and I just continued playing over and over. And
Yeah.
Why is Mickey Mouse here? Why is Cloud wearing all
Yeah,
of these
yeah.
bandages?
Yes.
It was funny because I had, like, just sort of, like, gotten into Final Fantasy a little bit. Like, my friends had kind of introduced me to it, and I was like, wait, there's a game coming out with Final Fantasy and Disney, and then I was just like, oh, I'm sold. And yeah, it was great, as we all know.
Absolutely.
Most of them were great.
Yeah, sure.
yes, accurate.
Chain of Memories, we don't talk about Chain of Memories.
See, I don't talk about 358.
There's a reason that game is a movie.
Yes.
Agreed. What do you think of Coded, though? Should that have been a movie, or should we play that again?
It's been a while since I've touched Coded. I think it has, like, a really good implementation of the command deck system that, like, Birth by Sleep in 3D did. But also, just to get real personally into these real quick, I think the command system is neat in theory, but in practice it has never worked.
Yeah, I'm behind that. I agree.
Because, like, the main issue is that, like, it immediately breaks the game if you know what you're doing, but if you don't, then it just makes it really infuriating, and then also all of your basic attacks are just complete trash throughout the entire game. It's a whole situation. But I mean, at least it's not Chain of Memories bad, where if you don't understand it, then like you just can't continue because it's
true.
a system that doesn't make sense. But then
Yeah.
once you do understand the system, the game just becomes so tedious that it's not even worth playing anymore.
Yeah.
So you're doing a playthrough right now, right? Did you guys go through all of Chain of Memories?
No, I did like gameplay through Traverse Town.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then we recorded it, and then afterwards I started to do the rest of the game, and I got up to the Vexen fight in like not even the one before or in Twilight Town, the one before that.
Oh yeah.
And every time I would try to heal or do anything, he would just pull out one of his 15 zeros he has, and I got so infuriated that I just went, you know what, screw it, I'm just going to go download a cutscene compilation, and we're just going to watch that.
Let's play over.
I just want to move on to 2 and have fun with video games again. But so far, 2's been pretty fun. As of the time we're doing this, we just finished Roxas's plot in 2, and since they haven't seen anything in the series before, it was really fun having them like slowly go from being, this is really weird, to me ending it before Sora wakes up, but after Roxas, like you know, the whole "guess my summer vacation is over" line.
Oh,
Oh
absolutely.
yeah.
Like that title card, black screen, end of episode. And so it was just completely silent for like the last minute, and the only sound was like one of my co-hosts when the title card popped up, just going, "Oh." So that was a lot of fun. Unfortunately, I kind of got my ass kicked at the beginning of playing through it because I'm doing it on critical mode, which is difficult.
Yeah, especially in that game.
I think it's supposed to be.
Well, yeah, that's why I picked it. Proud's too easy. Critical has a hard early game.
Yeah. Got it.
Like, I legitimately think Twilight Thorn is one of the hardest bosses in 2 on critical, just because you don't have any of the options you would, like, even like a third of the way through the game to fight against him.
You know what's the worst
Oh,
thing
sure.
about Kingdom Hearts 2? Maybe
Is it the
maybe
Pirates
the
of
only.
the Caribbean music?
I stand corrected.
What, you don't love the first 4 bars of "He's a Pirate" played over and over forever?
No, but I was gonna say the fact that you can't dodge roll on command.
That is.
You can actually get that in the
I know.
final mix version.
Yeah, but don't you need to like get a different form and everything?
Yeah, well, I mean, you get the limit form just from playing the game, and then
Right,
you
but
use
it
for
like
a
it
bit.
takes you forever to be able to dodge roll.
Yeah, arguably, you wouldn't really need it for most stuff. You
No,
can
but it's
kinda
just
get away
it's
with
just
the quick
walking.
run.
I don't like walking.
It's just fun to roll around everywhere.
Oh, I know that feeling. I do that in literally every game. It has taken me everything to not do that constantly when we were playing through the first game. So what's like your favorite game in the series for each of you?
Oh wow. I guess this has been a big debate for me between 1 and 2. I think I have to go with 1, just because everything just feels more kind of like connected and I don't know. It feels like evil, you know.
Right, it's the only one that has Billy Zane in it. I feel you. I feel you.
Yes, I love Billy Zane as Ansem. I was sad, but yeah, that's probably my favorite one.
Yeah, the first game for me as well is probably my favorite.
I definitely go with 1, but I haven't played through all of 2 yet, and I haven't even touched 3. So.
But 2 is like right there for me.
Gotcha.
As I'm playing 2 again, it would have been my answer. I think it's got really, really awesome parts in it, and there's a lot of good things about it too, but it's not my favorite overall. I would have to say, maybe Birth by Sleep?
Yeah, I definitely do think that 2 has like weaker writing than most of the rest of the series, but I think the gameplay kind of fix it or makes up for that.
That's true.
Whereas like Kingdom Hearts 1 definitely has some of the strongest writing in the series, but I don't think the gameplay holds up in 2019.
Yeah,
Sure.
No.
yeah, for sure. It definitely feels very early 2000s.
I appreciate the stronger writing over the stronger gameplay, I suppose.
Understandable.
But both arguments are valid.
Each person likes whatever they like for different reasons.
That's very true.
So.
Very true.
So, other than the theme song, what's your favorite song in the series?
Oh,
Like, what when you think of like the Kingdom Hearts soundtrack, other than Dearly Beloved, what's the first song that pops into your head immediately?
I saw there was an event at Disney Studios in Burbank that I went to a few years ago. It was like called like something Kingdom with Heart or something, and what's the girl who plays all the stuff on piano and writes all the music? I should know.
Yoko Shimomura.
Yeah, so she was there and nobody knew it, and she just like came out after watching a video, like the lights came on and then she was playing Kyrie, and
Oh.
that's one of the very few times I've actually like been brought to tears by music.
the one that just I mean, there are a million songs in Kingdom Hearts that are amazing, but the one that popped into my head is the dun 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 dun. And there's a awesome remix, like not remix, but an awesome, I guess, what's the word? Redone version of that in Kingdom Hearts 3. That is so awesome. Anyway,
Yeah, 3's got a lot of really good like callbacks to music. I don't want to spoil any of them because a lot of them come at like the ass end of the game. But for sure, 3's soundtrack is very strong. I think personally, I'd have to go with shit. What's the actual title? I think it's Musique pour la tristesse de Xion. I think.
oh yeah,
Oh.
Literally French for music for the sadness of Xion.
yes, Shion's theme is wonderful.
Again, 358 is a game that is just about being sad. So, I'm not going to take up any more of you guys' time. I've had a lot of fun chatting with you here.
Likewise.
Absolutely do.
Yeah, it's been awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been fun learning about you guys and just shooting the shit about Kingdom Hearts. For a little bit of fun, though, like right before we leave, the villain of the first game, Ansem, is kind of an in-joke in both the community and my gameplay series due to his love for shouting one specific word. If you wouldn't mind, could I get each of you, like, one at a time to just shout the word submit in your best villain voice?
Oh, I will absolutely do that.
In our best Ansem voice?
Well, just, like, if you want to try and replicate the dulcet tones of Billy Zane, go nuts. Alternatively, just, like, give me your evilest voice possible of shouting submit.
Aaron, you.
Submit!
Nice. Michael.
Oh man. Submit.
Nice. Alex.
Submit.
Ooh.
Damn, that's
Good. Good.
That was
He went
very
he went
evil.
gravelly.
Very evil.
Let's see. Submit!
Damn. You went full Zane.
I did full Zane. Full Zane.
Never go full Zane.
Put a cork in it, Zane.
I always win, Jack.
I guess for the hell of it, I should probably do one too, so,
You got to.
submit!
There we
Beautiful.
go.
Hello, my plan in life is to get into voice acting.
You're well on your way.
So, yeah, thanks for hanging out, guys.
Thanks
you
for
for
having
having
us.
us.
Thanks for having us.